Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we have got a map that kind of throws back to the original vanilla maps. It's far better in terms of realism than the original vanilla maps, but if you kind of miss the vibe that those first maps had, and they did have a kind of vibe to them, this map has the same kind of vibe. It does, however, have a couple of problems, one of which you're probably going to want to fix in the map editor before playing the game. We'll get to that very, very quickly. But if you miss the original vibe and you want to play on a map that isn't a flat bowling green, this could be the one for you. But first of all, a daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for your support. Today's map is Mountain Lakes by TheWaskez. I think that's how it's pronounced, and there is no cooler name. There is no cooler name. TheWaskez. Brilliant. There's your start square. More water than land, not very flat land, a little bit of a challenge, but playable. Just a hint of road as well, by the way. There's your terrain heights, obviously from a terrain party map, but again, looks challenging, looks like it could be fun. The resources are playable, they're all there, a little hint of fertile land, but I don't think it's one for farming. And then off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, not a huge list. There is no listed theme at all, but there is one that automatically loads with the map, that being Alps Dolomites, and that's actually been questioned by the last commenter at the time of recording. So Alps Dolomites theme, the one by Mr. Miyagi themselves, the legend that is Mr. Miyagi, and it was groundbreaking, this theme. We'll look at this after the intermission, but we're doing that, and of course we're using the realistic 1.2 LUT. Now, first things first, it's not a very flat map, and we're using quite a few of these grass. I can't remember which one of that. Is that Gula's grass? It's one of the grasses, but it's not terrain conforming. And we're not going to look at all of them. We've just looked at one of them. We've got another couple that will actually creep onto the highway a little bit without actually being too much of a concern for me. I won't point it out. You'll see them. I have noticed them. But yes, we have got just these tufts of grasses, and where it's fairly flat land, you get away with it. When you get to a cliff edge like that, it just hovers, and yeah, it's not the best choice, not for this particular map, which is a hilly map. There's no question about that. Now, I've avoided the elephant in the room, where I shall crack on straight with that, I feel, and that is the highway. Now, we have this highway heading across the map from this side to the other side. I was going to say right to left, but it depends which way you're looking at the map, doesn't it? Anyway, so from this side to that side, there is no corresponding highway coming the other way. Now, I feel that this is because the creator probably wanted a national road, didn't have network extensions to, doesn't use mass transit, and therefore has no national road. Therefore, we have just this one highway, which can be upgraded stroke downgraded. The problem being, if you're playing vanilla rules... Oh, hang on. I've also got a little bit of a grumble in a minute coming up with a bit of road. Is this it? This isn't it. Carry on. Sorry, carry on. Ignore I've got off on a tangent a little bit. We'll talk about that tangent when we get to it. But yes, if you're playing vanilla rules, you'll never be able to upgrade these. You've got to go into the map editor, basically, if you want to have two-way traffic. If you're happy with one-way traffic running across your map like this, then bingo. Strictly speaking, it's not broken. The game is not broken. You've got traffic entering your city. You've got traffic that will leave your city. So therefore, people will be able to come and visit your city and live in it. So it's not broken. It's just not optimal. And it is broken, but it's not game-breaking broken. I think I make some sort of sense sometimes. Only to myself usually. So yes, highway. I don't mind the route either. The route is okay. In terms of detailing of the route, we've got a little bit of jinky-janky here and there. Of course, a little bit of encroaching foliage here and there. Not many at all. And not really too much to moan about. The rail will be more of a talking point for realism. Then the question becomes, is this a realistic map or is it more of the, as I said, back at the start of the show, more of the vibe of the original maps and the original vanilla maps. And I feel that's where this map comes into play. It has that vibe with a more realistic format. Anyway, Start Square is about here, which means it's time for the asset of the day. And today we have got an absolute beauty. Now this is, I'm not lying, not much. This is the bookshop where I got my factoid book. Factoids, because factoids. It's Used Bookshop by KingLeno. There's not sound effects, that is actually the book. Yeah, I know. It's crap, I know. Okay, today we've got a great fact. Oh, by the way, the outside section of this, I don't know how this works in real life. Do they actually go and put the books on the shelf every single day? It's good. The only way it could work, unless they've got I don't know. Anyway, factoids because factoids. Oh, I need a bit of extra light. It's getting a bit dark in here all of a sudden. Ralph and Carolyn Cummins had 5 children between 1952 and 1966. All 5 of them were born on today's date, the 20th of February. Well done, Ralph and Carolyn Cummins. February, March, April, May. Oh, May seems to be a good day, a good month for procreation. I should quit while I'm behind, shouldn't I? Used Bookshop by KingLeno. That's today's asset of the day. We're going to head back to the highways. KingLeno, that I really like that asset, and if I do get to go back to Duvo, which I'm hoping to with the new PC, the new gaming PC that I've got coming, I am hoping that we'll be able to go back to do a bit of Duvo. Might free up a bit of time. It's all down to time. Everything's down to time, darn it. Okay, so the highway route is fine. We've covered that, so we're gonna follow it. We're gonna follow it off towards the hill. Now look at the hills. Look at that mountain in front of us, and you'll see. Oh, hang on. Forget about the mountain. Now we can talk about this tangent. Look at this switchback. Now the switchbacks go. That looks okay. A little bit of an elevated section, but if we put the terrain lines on, it seems meaningless. You could draw a straightish line across there without coming around here. This is to avoid going down that steep slope. Instead, we're going to go down this steep slope instead. So that for me is actually probably, apart from the fact there isn't a second highway, that's probably my biggest problem with the map. There'll be one more notable issue coming up later on, but again, it's not map breaking. It's just not ideal, and you kind of want ideal, don't you? You might as well have ideal. If you're going to go on the workshop and pick out a map, pick out one that's ideal. So a few things, if you like this map, a few things to be fixing in the editor before you actually load it up and have a go on it. And I can see that a few of you probably would like this one. I have a soft spot for it. I do. I can just see all the flaws as well. The rail is very uppy downy, and realism be damned, as they say. And it's, again, within the vibe of the original vanilla maps, this is absolutely fine. We're not going up any vertical cliff faces. We're just climbing up the hills. There are going to be a few areas where you're going to look and go, oh, that is quite steep. That's a little bit like a roller coaster, like here. Like we're going up and then back down again and then climbing up fairly steep hill there to the crest of the hill. All of that just doesn't feel like it would be a real life thing. Of course, this is where I'm going to get proven wrong, where the creator's going to show me screenshots of the real life location that all this happens, but I'm just not buying it myself. Then again, back in the original maps, we didn't care about these things either, so that is fair dues. You're as good as the Colossal Order map creators. Time for an intermission, I feel.
Are you confused with the difference between a mod and an asset? And what's the deal between a theme and a LUT? Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Mods, Assets, Themes, and LUTs. Click the information button now.
And so back to Mountain Lakes by TheWaskez, or the VazKez, possibly the VazKez. We have a shipping route. It's just off here at the top of the lake, and it's workable. You can see there it goes from the fog across to the fog. But there is a little problem, just a little one. If we switch the fog off, you can see it there. We have grounding. Is that grounded or is that just waiting to move? No, it's grounded. It's just not budging. And we've got another one coming this way. I wonder if that'll actually manage to make it off of the lake. That one despawned. There you go. And this one, are you actually going to make it with the weight of motion in the ocean? No, you're wedged. Obviously, you can get on the opposite side, so it's not a complete break in the map. It's just not an ideal thing. Water flow, we are going upstream. I thought this was going to be downstream, but irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Nothing wrong with it. And then we head up to the mountain lake itself, which is fine. We have water flow in the river. What about in the mountain lake itself? Down at the start square, let's head down that way. And the answer is, the further we go down, the stiller the waters get. So if you want to play vanilla rules, pumping and drawing from the lake itself, you might have a little bit... Oh, there's an arrow. I see an arrow. It's one arrow. It's very lonely. It's a very lonely arrow with water flow, that one. Anyways, the map as a whole, I like. I think this is a very nice choice. That it could be made more playable, or sorry, more easy to play. I love it. Just look at this. Look at these terrains. Lovely. Excellent. Yeah, I feel it. I feel the vibe. Like in the tree placement as well. Notice no trees on the cliff faces. Just on. So as time has been spent detailing this map, it looks pretty damned good. Good choice of theme as well. Mr. Miyagi's theme has... Oh, there we go. I'm just showing you the buildable area here. Not flat, but flat enough. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Miyagi's theme. It does have one of those unique features. In fact, I think it was groundbreaking. It might have been the very first theme to have used a resource for detailing effect. Let me show you what I mean in a moment. So that ridge there running down the middle of the map. That looks great, doesn't it? But wouldn't it be interesting if it snowed? Wouldn't it be great if it snowed? And the answer is, yeah, if we go into, not that one, where am I looking for? Resources, boom. Resources, we choose oil, and then we paint over that with a slightly larger brush. It's going to be snowy on the mountaintops. And it's surprising that somebody would use the Alps Dolomites theme and not actually take advantage of the snow effect. I'm doing this too fast. It's not a great job, and somebody spending a lot more time could do a much better job than I have there with that. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We'll use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? I think it's going to fail. I think its flaws are going to hold it back, which is a shame, because otherwise I would have this as a shoo-in. I would have this as a shoo-in for a map of the month. Aesthetically, it's very nice. It's very nice indeed, and I'd be very inclined to give it 4 stars. However, the Alps Dolomites theme is not listed in the dependencies. If you're not subscribed to it, it won't appear, and you'll be working with a vanilla theme, which will be, at best, aesthetically okay. 3 stars. Deserves more. Detailing. There's a lot of good work going on with the trees. I think it's a good mix of trees as well. Just the things that are letting it down have got to be fixed. Second highway for one. 2 stars for detailing. Gameplay. It is playable, but it's broken. And that is basically an instant 2-star as well. It's a shame, again, because this is a blinking nice map. And TheWaskez, I'm looking forward to your next one. Just a few things to fix. Mountain Lakes by TheWaskez. That was today's map. Right, that's it from me for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another map, and it'll be voted in by these guys, the BonBonB buddies over on Patreon. Head on over to patreon.com/BonBonB to find out more. There's plenty going on there every single week. Right, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, for joining me for this map in the What's Map series. There'll be one tomorrow, one Saturday, and then the Steam weekly chart on Sunday. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome.